You want to open Tor inside your web browser in a container, and once you finish your sketchy surfing, you just delete the session with everything inside. So here basically we can launch inside our web browser a Kali Linux session. We let it run, start, and here we go. Or you're browsing the internet and you felt to a link that you want to open and you're not sure about what's inside the website. So to not compromise your machine, you just right click and open inside the container in your web browser. And once you've finished, you just delete the machine and the session disappear. Yes, you guessed it. Today we will learn how to install and use Kasm Workspace. So for the installation process, you can either use a VPS or install it locally. For this video, I will use a local installation. And to do so, I downloaded Ubuntu server and we will install it together. So depending of if you are using Linux, Windows or Mac OS, the way to install it will change. So for this video, it's a Mac OS installation. I'm using UTM. You need at least 4 GB of RAM. I go with 8 and we should be good. I will name it Kasm. I will add a little bit more CPU power. And we can start the installation. So you select your keyboard. Honestly, it's a basic installation. It's not a video about how to install Ubuntu, but you can follow the step. We will not use any proxy. I have already few video about how to install Kali, and it's approximately the same logic. So here we'll use an entire disk. I will use the automatic partitioning of Ubuntu. I agree with what he chose. So my name will be server name. We'll name it Kasm. Username Kasm, and here you choose a strong password, and even stronger if you install it on a VPS. So enable Ubuntu Pro, no thank you. Install OpenSSH, yes. I do not need any additional software. Don't forget to eject the ISO. We boot it again. So to proceed our installation, we will SSH into our server. We update and upgrade the machine before continuing. So now good practice would be to reboot. Okay, now that the machine is booted, updated and upgraded, we can install Kasm. And it's super easy to install. Like you have literally 3 lines to install. But since I'm using an ARM install, I will personally use this. Otherwise, you can use these 3 command line. I will just copy the command, go back to my SSH, clear this line, and I can go. I'll come back to you when it's finished. Okay, now that the install is finished, we are prompted with those password and username. You note them just for a moment because we will change them, but actually we need them to connect. So to connect, we use our web browser. So this warning message is here because it's self-signed certificate, so it's nothing risky about it, you just accept. And here we have, so what was the username again? admin.kasm.local. And here we are prompted in our Kasm dashboard. So you have 2 sections, the workspace, in which you have actually no machine setup, and the admin panel. As you can see, I have 10 error. We can scroll over it to see what's happening. I have an idea. It's probably because I'm working on UTM and with an ARM-based machine, so probably some error here. But we will start with access, and personally I delete the user, the guest user, and I will modify the password. Okay, now this is done. Here you can see your profile. You have to connect again. So here is your profile. You can edit the profile, and you have some very interesting stuff. You can create SSH key to connect. And I highly suggest you to see my SSH configuration video. Then here you have a default, where it is, a default workspace. We will come back later on it. I will show you why it is important to setting this up. So now I highly suggest you to go through the documentation of Kasm. You can set up authentication method, you can create new user, you can give access to people. Very, very large scope of use. But we will focus mainly on creating a lab here. So in workspace, as you can see, I have nothing. I can add images. To do so, we will go to the panel here, and we can add, as you can see, a lot of things. LibreOffice, you can add like web browser, we can use Docker, we can add complete full operating system as like Fedora, Ubuntu, PartOS, Kali Linux, and a lot of many other things. We'll start by installing a Brave Chromium session, so we'll install it. We'll let it some time to install. What else we can install? We can install a Kali Linux, but we'll come to this a bit later. I just want you to see something. So when I come here, we have that little triangle, meaning it's installing. While Chromium is installing, we'll add a new one. And we'll go with the Debian install. And my Chromium session is already done, is installed. So what we can do here is we can launch a new session in a new tab. And here it go. Here you have a container running Chromium. Here, for example, my website. And I have access to the clipboard. I can download file, I can upload file. I can see the streaming quality if I want to put it to max. To make it more clear. I can share webcam, and I can disconnect from the workspace, or I can delete the workspace. As you can see, every workspace, since it's the free version, every workspace has a timeout to leave. And suppose I finished what I have to do here. If I delete it up, yes, I'm sure I want to delete the workspace, and the container disappear. If you are used with how Docker work, you understand what I'm saying. You have an image here, and when you launch a container based on that image. Once you finish, you can delete the image and everything disappears. So if you have like sketchy website to visit, or if you have like some file you want to open but you are not sure from where they came, you can use this. And you visit, and when you finished, everything disappears. Me personally, I use a lot Kasm to work with my CTF. I like, for example, when I try hack me CTF or hack the box CTF, since it's the shared VPN with other person doing that kind of stuff, we share the same machine. I like to use Kasm, open a Kali container, run my CTF, finish the flag, and then delete the container with everything that was installed or downloaded or GitHub sketchy exploit. And when I finish, I delete everything, and it's like nothing happened on my machine. Here we have our Debian session that is finished. We can also launch it, new tab. And here you have a full operating system running. So as you can see, we have a full operating system running. And if I quit, for example, the session, yes, I want to quit the session, it's still running here. It's have a time left, so 55 minutes. If I want to go back to it, I just play it and I'm back to it. Instead of just log out, I can delete the container when I do not need it anymore. So I delete. Quick appearance here. Just a reminder that if you like content, hit the like button. Thank you very much. So now we'll focus on creating a Kali image. So to install Kali, we'll need to go here. We will choose the Kali image, but before doing anything, we need to go to the setting, and here we'll give it a little bit more this, a little bit more of RAM. And here in the JSON configuration, we'll have to copy this command. So basically this will enable root, and this will give a privileged access to the container for you to be able to run OpenVPN, for example. And I think we're good. We can save it. So we let it the time to run. And while it's downloading, I will show you one of the most interesting things with Kasm. So you go to your extension, and we will look for an add-on that is called Kasm. So Kasm Open Isolation. You add it to Firefox. And here in your Kasm server, you will add your IP. So mine was 168.666 and 37. You save it, and we put it on new tab, not new window. What we will do now is go back to our Kasm Workspace. We will edit our profile, and the default workspace will use Chromium. Now that it is set, say I want to go to a website, for example this one. Okay, say I'm here in this website. I want to go to his YouTube channel, or we can say maybe this is another link, but I'm not sure where it redirects. So instead of opening it in my web browser inside my machine, I will open it inside a container running in my Kasm server. And to do so, I right click and open the link inside Kasm. And here it will launch a new instance. It will open it in my Chromium container and send me back to the link I viewed. And oh, it is sketchy, it is not. I'm safe, because when I finished, I can delete the session. Yes. And it's like nothing happened in my system. This is the safest way, one of the safest way of opening link or file that you are not sure about. And you can also do this for file. You can also do this for file. Say you download a file, a PDF, you're not sure about it. Oh, you open a new session. Open Debian here. Not sure about anything, so we'll upload. Say I have this cheat sheet, I'm not sure about it. Now this is uploaded, and you have a file that's in the upload. I have my cheat sheet, I open it. Pretty safe, it's just a hacking cheat sheet. Okay, I can open it in my local machine for real. I do not need, by default, there is no root user by default, but as you can see in the setting of Kali Linux, we put a root user. So, okay, it's done. I do not need any more this session. I just delete it. In your workspaces, you have your images here, and say I do not need any more Chromium. I just delete it, and the image is gone. Now when I come back to my workspace, the image is no longer here. Okay, being honest now, in the registry, as you can see, we have kind of some application we can choose to install, some image we can choose to install, and they are very good, beautiful choice. But what if we want to have more? So here, as you can see, you have the official Kasm registry, but what you can do is go to Kasm registry Linux server.io, and here it's a beautiful project too. I highly recommend you to look it. You have a lot of Docker pre-built image, and here you have a lot more choice. So what we do is just like copy the registry link, go back to our web server, add a new registry, paste the link, install it, and you will be prompted with are you sure you want to do it kind of message, because Kasm could not like look on the full project. So this is for them, it's look like a disclaimer, like be sure of what you are doing. Yes, we are sure of what we are doing. So we add it, we update it, and now when we go back to our available images, as you can see, they are added. Here, as you can see, some of them are blurred. It's because I'm using an ARM operating system, so some of them are not compatible with. Now you have a lot more choice. So as you can see, we went through installing our server that you can install like we did in a VM or in a VPS. We went through installing Kasm. We went through the configuration of our dashboard panel, the installation of some images as like Tor browser, Chromium, Debian, Kali Linux, and many others. We also went through the setting of the Kasm add-on for web browser to open browsing in isolation for safety. And you have like a lot of use case possible. It's a powerful tool. Take advantage of it. I hope you liked the video. If yes, hit the like button. It really helped. Thank you again, and see you soon.